We are live.
Yay! It says we're live.
Yes,
Let's
it
wait.
says we're live.
And we're on YouTube, so we are truly live.
Yes, we are. And I see the green check marks across the top, and I'm getting alerts on my phone.
Yeah.
So we are good to
Oh,
go.
yep. And there's John aside. You're live.
You're live. Hey, John and
Yes,
Sai,
we
thanks for
are.
coming and seeing us on a Wednesday night. We appreciate it.
Yes. So I'm sure this is not our normal night. Yesterday was Deborah's birthday, and she's gonna kill me when she hears that I said that. And my son Cameron. So the timing just was not gonna work out. And with that too, we both, as you can see, Deb's not with us tonight, but um there's like four shows right now. I know John is like, because Corey's live too. So we have not been live the last 2 weeks, and we just want to apologize for the fact we didn't at least put a post or some communication that we would not be live. Lessons learned that will be better with that sort of stuff. Um, Going forward, because unfortunately just sometimes life happens.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do this kind of work and you want to provide a service to the community, we all have to be operating in a good space, and sometimes life, you're just not in a good space, and which also reflects in how we didn't communicate. So we do apologize that we weren't here, but we're back
We're back.
as
We're
always.
alive. We're breathing.
We're here.
Tonight we
Hi,
actually
Renee.
Tonight we just
This is
want to
John.
kind of have fun and relax and do some card work. And
Yeah, we got
Jill,
kind of a mismatch of
Jill's
stuff.
got a couple of new decks to show off. Yes, John aside, more decks for Jill.
Yes, more decks, but these
More
ones are
decks.
really cool. You can never have too many. I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. You can
No,
never have too many.
I have like 10 of them laying around me, and I have a purse full of them because I'm going to the shows on the weekends where I bring a whole bunch of them in their bags. So, yeah, there's
I
never.
mean, I always have one thing. I always joke, I got rocks in my pockets. I always have like my go-to crystals with me all the time. But even today, going into the office, I had to come down here and pick out 4 card decks that I had to bring with me. Oh, John decided her wife is addicted to. Well, guess what, John? It could be worse. It could be worse. It's like a safety thing for me. I always have to have a something with me. Yeah, my pendulum's always with me too. Just 9. Oh, John. Oh, Renee, 9. I wouldn't work, John. You got no idea.
I have one, two, I have like 7 boxes of them over on that shelf over there. Like I have boxes, and inside the boxes are decks.
I have decks that like I've mentioned this before. Some of the card decks I have are like you
Inside
got
just got the 3 zeros.
zero. So some of my decks, I bought them more as novelties, not for the fact I would never really had an intent to use them. For example, I have like the Nightmare Before Christmas ones. I have Hocus Pocus. I have Alice in Wonderland. And honestly, those decks are not great to work with. Like the major arcanas are really cool, but when you get to the minor, there's unless you're very experienced, there's not much. They're not great to work with, to be honest. So those I bought for just collection and my own. Like I let it has so many decks. Should use them on a chair right now. I could, John. And I like, so like I have a whole angel and demon deck. Like I have some decks that I got more for I like the collection of them, not that I'm gonna necessarily use them. But yeah, the ones I don't use that much are spread out. My go-tos are like behind me, next to me. Then I have other ones I'll pull down once in a while because I have a Halloween themed deck.
Mm-hmm. Samhain is right around the corner. We're going into spooky season.
The most favorite time of the year. Yeah, and I got another deck, my Shadow of the. It's the one with it's has the great illustrations, like the anime stuff that will be great for October. As I'm looking around, I'm like looking around, like what ones? Um. So thank you, Jonathan and Renee, for coming tonight. Our two loyal people. So in
We
case
love all
you're
of
in,
our viewers, and we know some people just can't catch it on live, and they come back and they watch it later.
oh, look at that. So she buys witch boxes, got an Isis and Spell Oracle. Ooh, that's really cool.
Mm.
And I know, like I said, Corey's live. I'm sure a lot of people are there. For those who don't know, Bubba, his big dog, passed away. And him and Meredith were going to be live a week or two ago and weren't able to. So I'm sure a lot of people are there to hear their updates and stuff. I'll probably
And
catch
support
the
him.
replay. Yeah, Bubba lived a good life. So we had some stuff that we were going to talk about, but John Side and Renee, if you have questions for us.
We would love to know what they are.
So yeah, we would love to know what they are. So I don't know. The only other thing we had tonight was there's a new moon coming up. Oh, hey Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Yes, I know Corey and Meredith are live now. I'm gonna probably catch the replay or check to see if they're still live once we're done. This is not our normal night. When we were discussing like what night we were gonna go live, we had said not Wednesdays. I'm like, Corey's live on Wednesdays. So there's a good chance either I would be there or a lot of people would be over there.
Yeah.
So that we kind of already knew. Hold on. Sorry. Trying to multitask to do something and it's not working out well.
We would be interested in knowing from our viewers when are some good times where you would like us to go live.
Yeah.
Right now our primary live time has been the Tuesdays at 8, and sometimes that's works for us Eastern, I should say 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because I know we have viewers all over the place.
Yeah.
And sometimes that time isn't always the best time. So give us some ideas as to what might work. Please do remember that we are Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, the only like usually after 6 works just for me with work and stuff, and I'm in football season. Go Fishermen. But on a side note, in case anyone's interested, we got a new moon coming up.
Woohoo! Sweep all the bad, negative stuff away.
Yeah, because it's actually in Virgo, and Virgos, who actually is on my arm, because Cameron's a Vertigo. They like organization. They like to analyze. So this energy is a good time to get connected. Make your plans, make tweaks, that sort of stuff, and it's a good energy, and it's called the Harvest Moon. You not East Coast, West Coast time.
Sorry, Jonathan. We're not cool and hip like you. We're, East Coast, baby.
We're East Coast, baby.
We're East Coast, baby.
East Coast versus West Coast. It's funny, like there's a lot of people that I've known through YouTube that are on the West Coast, and it's like good. Mary says that Tuesdays are good. Hopefully we don't get much influence from Hurricane Lee. Me as well. Usually because I'm on the coast.
We are projecting it further out.
Yeah, the other day there was a huge storm that swept through Massachusetts, where not that far away from us, it like took out power lines, but as it came to Gloucester, you saw the wind, then all of a sudden it just stopped. It almost like went out to sea.
Yep. Yep. At this point, they are making projections that it will be further off the coast, but there'll probably be some wind and uh, potential coastal increase from it, but it's not supposed to be a direct hit at those points. So we're we're projecting for it to be on the far outside of what the projections are.
Yep, going through some boxes, some witchy prep.
I like it. I like it.
So, that was what I had for that. So Leominster was hit by flooding. Oh yeah. And it looks like
Yeah.
yeah, where Deb's like on the cusp of almost being where all that fun shit happens. Oops, sorry, swearing on my own channel. Where's my swear jar?
I have some friends who are in Leominster. Leominster. How do you say that?
Leominster.
I have some friends who are out in that area. I have actually one of my Cabot sisters. Her husband works out that way, and he almost didn't make it home because of the torrential rains and things happening, sinkholes. I was actually just watching some of the videos that were posted about whole streets being washed away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had another in Rhode Island who just had some wicked weather go over them. Pretty close to tornado strength winds and complete dark out. Like it went completely pitch black.
Oh, so Mary used to live in Clinton, so she used to live in Mass back in the 70s. We there was tornadoes in Massachusetts a couple weeks ago, and they're always out western because, like, I guess tornadoes like flatland. I don't really know. We got the warning, but they did actually hit like out west, almost into Connecticut, almost to the border of Connecticut, like out by the oh my god, this is where my memory still just never serves me. It's like by Leominster, like that it's not the White Mountains. There's a name for it. I can't remember. But it's out in Western Mass in the Boone in like the Hicks, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm in, not that I'm in a flood zone, but I'm literally on the coast. Like I live on an island. I'll never forget, there was one snowstorm, and where I live, like, the ocean's huge. It's called the Anasquam River. And go on my way to my house, there's this one place where it actually, you can see it and the road's over it. Like you can see it on both ends. And it's called like this one little outlet's called the Mill Pond. Kids ice skate on it in the winter if it freezes. I'm too afraid. I'm always afraid it's never frozen enough. But it was a big nor'easter. Addison Gilbert Hospital is on that side. And I had my old place where I had to work. To get credit, I had to be on a location. So I go there, but everything's getting worse and it's already like afternoon. I drive home and not even an hour later, the road had was completely closed. The tide came up, washed it out.
Oh my
Every bridge
goodness.
in Gloucester was flooded. We were literally trapped. Like if I had to leave,
Trapped on the island.
every way that I could have gone was trapped. I remember texting with my boss, my old boss, saying, "Do I have to come in a boat and get you?" I'm like, "You just might." And the reservoir behind my house was actually flooding. But luckily, we're high up and far enough back. But the houses that are abutted closer, they all flooded. So yeah, we were literally trapped that day. And if I had left work like an hour later, I would not have been able to cross the road. Anywho. So, would you like to see my new decks?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I have not pulled from either of these card decks yet. I did sage and cleanse them and did all that sort of stuff. And I'm part of like, so Hay House has like a subscription club that every 4 months they send you a couple card decks. They send you 3 card decks. One of them I actually already had, but these two are about to be released. So we got them like, ahead of time. This is how I collect so many. One of them I thought was perfect for tonight because it is the Moonology Message Oracle deck, and it's the same author that is my Moonology and my Manifestation. It's Yasmin Bolin. She does all moon stuff. And then the other one, which I'm very excited about, is the Tree of Life Oracle. And I knew nothing about, I had heard about the Tree of Life, but it wasn't until we did Deb's class that we kind of dabbled. We started to learn about Kabbalah. Like, I'll never forget, and I think I said this before, Deb had mentioned it, and I'm like, the red bracelet thing? Come to find out, it's a whole other bigger thing than that. But that the Tree of Life comes from Judaism and stuff. It's very fascinating. And we did a whole card spread for the Tree of Life. Oh, good God.
That took
Days.
hours.
I was just going to say
Hours.
days. I had it laid out on my floor down here for like 3 days, and I'd come down and sit with it and journal because there's so much. And even just getting the cards right, remember left, right, what, left, right, where? It was hilarious, but it was fascinating to learn about. So
Led to major revelations, I think, for both of us, actually.
it was. I still have my pictures and I have my journal somewhere with what my spread came out to. Because I remember I picked one deck and then ended up changing it to, I think, another tarot
Yes.
deck
Yes, you did.
that was better. But yeah, I this is going to sound so stupid. I remember laying down next to it on the floor because it was just so much like trying to, and yeah, just my new tarots. I really just like, there was just so much. So I literally was just laying down next to it, looking at all the cards and the positions of the cards and all that, just trying to connect to what that spread was trying to tell me. Yeah.
There's a lot of information in that one.
It was great. I love the Tree of Life. I have a Kabbalah deck, believe it or not. I have another one, but a lot of it has the Hebrew symbols, which I actually got a cheat sheet for those. And I have the same book that Deb was actually learning some of the Hebrew. I didn't get that far. But maybe one night we'll do a little overview of what I remember about Kabbalah with your birth angels and all the different levels of angels and that sort of stuff. So I can pull from each one to see what the collective needs to know.
I would say that would be a good spot to start. And then people, if you have anybody who has a question, they can put the question in the comments. Or if you
oh my God. Hey, Danya.
And if you would like to have a card pulled for you, you can give us permission. Because one thing that Jill and I both do similar is we don't just pull for people randomly without having their blessing and their permission.
Yes. And tonight, we're just kind of keeping it, let's just say, it's just low key easy. So I'm going to do the Moonology messages. Now, full disclosure, first time using this deck, I might go to the book just because you never know. But because whenever I get a new deck, the first thing that I normally do is like I take it out and I kind of just flip through them quickly just to take a quick look at them. And then I sage them and get my intent. So I've done all that already. But let's see what the Moonology Oracle message is going to be for the collective. And these are going to be really sticky too, because I have not really shuffled them much. So, and it's so humid down here in this basement right now. I'm dying. So, might just take a second. The good thing is with this, it's an oracle, not tarot. So everything's not in order. Like, it won't matter if they're not shuffled too much, right? I'm not going to pull all cups because they didn't get mixed up yet.
I love when I'm shuffling through my tarot, though, and tarot decks that I use frequently, and then I get, all of Pentacles. Like,
yeah.
Really?
Oh, I got two cards. Oh, yeah. I mean, it happens.
It does happen, even no matter how good you have them shuffled.
And I always say I'm going to pull a card, and I always get 2 or 3. So the message I got for the collective is drawing down the moon knowledge, which is all in purple, then domicile moon abundance. These are the cards.
Ooh.
So let's see. So drawing down from the moon, that's just like taking the moon energy, right? It's all purple. Moon is like purple energy, like is a great healing energy. Take the moon, especially with the new moon coming up, to help heal and gain the knowledge and the wisdom that you're looking for. That is what I get when I first see that. But let's go to the book. So so I always paraphrase too. It suggests that you're wiser than you know. And that to answer your question, you'll need sacred knowledge that could be found in a book or online. You should go within and call the goddess to you. Isn't that interesting, Carrie? We just did goddesses. Channel her thoughts, journal your experience. If you have a favorite goddess like Isis, you like to work with, call her in. Explore which one appeals. Close your eyes and ask which goddess wants to come to me. Set intentions for every new moon and release them to the divine full moon. And it says the additional meanings are the goddesses within you, embody your spirituality. You don't yet have all the answers you need. Step into your wisdom. Let your moon be your guide. That's kind of cool. And abundance is, these are weird. They're not really, they're usually the alphabetical and numbered, and this one is not. So hold on. It looks like this is like it's set up by the phase of the moon. So I need to find docile moon. Come on, where are you? Ooh, this one's cool. Moon magic. See this, I haven't really even looked through that. So this is me totally getting used to a new deck. I want to see what abundance means. Sorry, Carrie, fill the silence. Hold on.
Fill in the silence.
Sorry, hold on.
Mary says that she has recently purchased the Grim Alkin's Curious Cat Tarot. I love the illustrations and colors. My favorite card is the Hierophant. And of course, Jill has that deck. I do not.
I have it. It came in one of my kits, and on one of Corey's live streams, I ended up having to use it. The person was a wicked cat person. I'm like, you're gonna make me use the cat tarot. So abundance is an abundance of good things. It comes in all shapes and forms, and like all these different size circles. And it says you feel at home in your current situation. If you don't feel like you're quite at home, the good things are coming. It's a card of abundance. It suggests you've tapped into the right frequency to match what you want to achieve. More cash coming in, love, good feelings with you, other people. So in other words, good. Oh my God. Hey, Justin. Actually, are you Juicy J? So he's someone else that I know. Thank you so much for coming. You're not watching CW. Sorry.
Renee had a good reading with the cat one too.
Yes, and everyone knows my connection with cats. So this also, the additional meanings is take a trip home. You fit right in. Express your full potential. Home is where your heart is. Stay where you are. So I think I'm just getting like some people feel like they need to change locations. It's like the geographical cure, right? And it's, that's never going to fix you. And home is where your heart is. Like, home is anywhere. Like, home doesn't have to be the town you grew up in, even if it's not your perfect dream house. Your home is where your heart is. You can make any place your home. And I think a lot of people are starting to feel unsettled. And I think they needed to be reminded of that. Home is where your heart is. Like, home, like, I hate to say it, YouTube can feel like a home to me. Like, I am seeing so many people that I
Mm.
haven't seen in ages in this little live stream tonight. Home is where your heart is. And then, and I always, the card on the bottom always gets me. Moon memories, the past. And and it's like, always look back. Take that, the moon holds your home is where the bong is. Sarah, yes, we know what John decides to do. John, just when you come on this channel, though, you can't do that. But not at least on camera. It's
Not on camera.
Memories can be hard. The moon is always gonna shine the light on the good ones. And I think that's what that card was representing. So that was a pull from that one. So I'm gonna pull from the Tree of Life. Let's hope it's just one this time. So Mary, I'm glad you like this deck, and I wish if I had known that I could have just sent this to you. Because I do gift decks away when I know I don't really use them. Donya, I know nothing about this. So Donya, just so you know, we started this channel a few months ago. If you're ever interested, we have done a bunch of themes. Like last month, Carrie talked all about goddesses. We talked about doing shadow work, which is like, I'm not going to say what we used to say, like looking at the crappy side of ourselves, but looking at the things that make us who we are and loving and accepting them and making it so
Sometimes shadow
that,
work is as simple as looking in the mirror and looking at yourself directly in the mirror and speaking to what is the truth and not the facade that is a lot of times present in our lives. And
being kind to yourself, and if like someone's getting on your nerves, a lot of times look at yourself, because what are they reflecting back on you? I've had to do that a bunch of times. And it's just being brutally honest. At the end of the day, it's being brutally honest about yourself, right? And that's just what it is. So so the Tree of Life, I got number 14, the Path, the Empress, creative endeavors, nurturing, and fertility. And she's pregnant in this. This to me is all about the full moon, where I'm just looking at it. The full moon coming up in Virgo. Virgo's an earth sign. She's all green. This is all a time that we should be connecting to earth. Like Donya, I know you like to cook. And we've always talked about, putting the love in your food, connecting to like nurturing your hopes, your dreams, like setting roots. That's what this new moon is all about too. So 14 is, I hear that phrase, I'm in dilemma moving. Oh, Mary, I think you've asked me about that. I don't know if you asked me that during one of Corey's. So the path joins two pillars running between, I cannot say these words, I cannot pronounce English, I can barely say regular English, Banar and Jakama. It's the planet Venus. Venus is all about what you love. It illuminates your inner intelligence, giving you a glimpse of your own divine plan in this world that's determined to keep you in line with everyone else. Not today, world, not today. And it's just saying to allow yourself to feel nurtured, pretty much. And the rest of it, like, is just to, to activate the power of this card, is take the time you need to create and connect. So those are my new decks. I need to work with them a little bit more, but I'm super excited about this Tree of Life deck. Just saying.
It sounds like kind of summarize what came forward was set the intention with the new moon for what you want and what your goals are. And then with the full moon, release those energies out for the manifestation.
So we only have a handful of people. If anyone would like a card, just put it in the chat.
We have Rowan that came forward and growth.
Ooh.
So Rowan says, there is no need to fear, dear one. Protected you are, and protected you will always be. And then with growth, inside myself, I've seen sown beauty with wounds, which speaks of my immortality in the expansive eternal song, softly bellowing in the spirit.
Very nice.
So those those, Mary, just so you know, those kind of jumped when your question came up and as I was reading your question. So it for anybody that can take these messages, definitely please do if it resonates with you. But Mary, I also believe that there's part of it for you in the fact that, the sense I'm getting and when I'm looking at the rowan and the tree is protecting the roots and the tree is protecting the flowers and there's life forms that are in the tree. You are protected and you are safe no matter where you are. And sometimes we have to do things and we have to make changes and we have to make some difficult decisions in order to obtain growth. And from that tough space and that heartache and the indecisiveness that happens when we're faced with a really challenging decision, there is, because we are human. As much as we are spirit, we are also human. And we have to deal with our human feelings and emotions and thoughts. So we may make a decision because we know it's for our highest and best, but our flesh and our human nature might hurt from making that choice and making that decision to move forward or to take that step. But that does lead to growth. So whoever that resonates with and whoever that's for, so be it. And I hope you're able to receive it fully.
So funny enough, Lisa Novak, she is on Facebook. She's watching one of the Facebook lives. She's not on my channel. She would like a card. And SG would like a card, and so would Mrs. Jonaside.
Okay. Why don't you pull for Lisa? Because I pull for Lisa frequently. She's one of my favorites and one of my loyals, and I absolutely love her. She's super special to me. But because I pull for her frequently, why don't you go and do so?
So SG was after her and then Mrs. Jonaside. So okay. How's that sound?
Sounds good. I'll take SG.
So SG, I've been bouncing back and forth from you in the bridge. Of course, I know. So Lisa, I'm going to pull from my Tree of Life Oracle. And I'm going to, partly because I'd like to, the only way you really get familiar with the deck and become friends is you got to use it. And I actually don't know Lisa. No pressure.
She won't be too hard on you, I promise, Jill.
So my head's tingling already. So Lisa does this already, doesn't she? She pulls cards and stuff, right? Because I'm getting like my head's tingling and I'm already hearing. She already knows the answer. in a little bit of a sarcastic tone. Let me know if that makes sense. She does, yes. And I get a feeling spirit. So spirit is definitely around you because my head is like, you don't know me, and I try not to. I finally stopped grabbing my head, but my head tingles when spirit comes around me, and they're around you like crazy. And I'm just hearing like laughter and snickers. Like it does make like, she already knows. But I get it. Like I have Carrie pulled for me.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see. So for you, Lisa, I got for my Tree of Life deck. Oh my God, these words. Tephra, beauty, balance, sacrifice, and joy. I swear I wish Deb was here so that she could be my buddy and partner of like not being able to pronounce words in decks. So it's Tiphareth. The card is very pretty. So when I see this, I instantly am like drawn to like your solar plexus, your creativity, balance, sacrifice, and joy. So when I look at this card, it's funny because so I wish you could see it up close. So the card has what looks like a child on it, but actually the child is a lion. I don't know if I hold it up close. If you can, let me know if you can see the face, see the lion.
Yep. Yep.
So balance, sacrifice, and joy. Balance is the struggle of everyone's life, but you're not. So I'm hearing like you're not a child. Like that lion that's inside of you and all this yellow, you need to tap into that fierceness. That's what I'm hearing. Like you are fierce and you are strong. Stop doubting yourself. I don't know what it is or what's blocking you, but even though it says balance, sacrifice, and joy, I'm reading it as you do not need to sacrifice to get the balance and joy that you want in your life. And I'm being drawn to say you should like meditate and focus on your solar plexus. Jesus Christ, my head won't stop tingling. And tap into that creativity and let that lion, that fierceness, and it's like a lioness. And now we all know the lioness rules the pride, right? Not the lion. The lioness is really the person. They're the ones that go out and get food. They have the babies. The males are just there to look good, right? But tap into that beauty that's inside you. You really need to just stop worrying that you're going to have to make all these sacrifices to do what brings you joy. Tap in and just go with it. And spirits around you to protect you and guide you. So I think you're going to be okay. Wow, epiphany. Well, that's great. I hope that made sense. And I always say with my readings, I'm always open to feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. If I'm totally off, I am totally okay if you tell me that. Just for anyone that's new.
She is the fierce
Sweet.
lioness that runs her den.
Tap into that.
Tap into your fierce lioness and run your den, my friend. Run your den.
And tap into that spirit. They want to talk to you. They're all around you. They were already tapping me on the shoulder. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you're gonna do SG?
SG, and I have 3 cards for SG. We have Oracle, Wildcat, and Bonfire SG. So I'm gonna kind of hold it up so you can see the Oracle, the Wildcat, and Bonfire or Beltane. So spirits of the other worlds tell me tales of the unknown, tell me tales of the forbidden. Wildcat, be still and tune in, for there is something afoot lurking alongside of you. And Bonfire, it is through remembering that you will wake the ritual of your existence and be reborn in mighty celebration. So, my dear SG, what I am picking up for you with these cards and with the impressions that I'm getting are that you are being called to connect with your guide. And I'm saying your guide specifically, okay? There's a reason I'm saying your guide. This is the spirit entity that you are most comfortable receiving information from. This is the one who has, when you've been driving down the road, said, take the next left instead of go straight. That voice that you know and you recognize within yourself that detours you around barriers and trouble. There's things that need to be revealed for you, and you need that connection with your guide. You need that relationship and that trust. Um, there, the sense I'm getting to is there's certain energy that's trying to influence you that is not in alignment with your highest and best and with your good and with your path and your direction. So it's going to be really important that you have that relationship and that acknowledgement of your guide. So when you hear turn left, you don't question, was that, was that my thought or was that my guide? Um, there are things that need to be remembered. There's certain things that you need to allow to surface so that you can be able, so that you heal and you can come into the new realm and the new level that is ready to embrace you and accept you. You have to do some work to get there. But this guide is there and he does protect you and he does look after you and he does work with you, and you do, like, the voice that I'm referring to. But I get the sense too that there's still some uncertainty and there's still some questioning. So SG, I hope that makes sense. I hope you can understand what I'm referring to for you, because I know I'm being a little vague. Sometimes when we're in groups, certain things can't be disclosed.
So, good segue. If you want SG to reach out to you through our email, which I did not put in our description, feel free to reach out SG to the wisdom of three beyond the veil at gmail.com. Because that's
yes.
something we never give away or say anything that you would not want publicly on, because the internet's forever.
Yep. So sometimes when we're doing messages like this, we are
Censored a little.
Censored, a little vague. But ultimately, SG, you're on the right path. There's some work that needs to be done. Be cautious, be aware, listen to that voice within you, because you're on the path for a refreshing and a renewing and a leveling up. So I don't know if she jumped back onto the other stream or not, but hopefully she'll catch it in the replay. But SG, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via the email.
Oh, SG. Oh, God. Okay, thanks. So I'm going to pull from Mrs. John aside from I was gonna pull from the Tree of Life for you, Renee. Then I just felt like I and this happens. I pulled two cards and I was like, I don't like these. This is not what it just didn't fit. So I'm actually pulling from my Moonology Oracle. And the reason why is with the new moon coming up, I think you need to work with that energy. So that's what I've been shuffling, and that's what I'm gonna pull for you, Mrs. John aside. Because and I think it's great that you're pulling cards. So just on a side note, the fact that you're pulling cards for yourself, that is how, or a great way, I should say, to work through stuff. That's how I worked through my grief, but it gives you just a starting point to start journaling, to get stuff out. And if you're feeling manic all over the place, get it all out on paper so that way you can get out all the surface level bullshit and then get to the root of what's really going on. Um, and I would say pull a card and sit with it for a day or two and keep going back to it and seeing what you get from it and just ask the question, what is it's in my highest and best that I need to know for healing? So I'm gonna pull from my new Moonology messages for you. Ooh, see, this is what I wanted. This is, but I like how this is, and I'm pulling a second one because I want a second one. So, Renee, Mrs. Jonaside, your first card, Moon Goddess, Higher Power. And I know how much you love your goddesses, right? So, this is the card. Look at her. This deck is really cool.
Woo-hoo!
So, for this new moon, you're going to tap into that god, whatever goddess you identify with the most or resonates with you. But I want you to also tap into your inner goddess and have them come together. And under the moonlight, under that new moon, I want you to call in those energies together. That is going to be healing for you. And a higher power, like, yeah, they like if you went to AA, they say give it up to a higher power. This card is kind of saying the same thing. Whatever is troubling you, whatever is making you feel crazy and manic, I want you to give it to the moon. The moon is there to take it. And I'm actually going to, and I love that it's a moon goddess because you love goddesses. And I really feel like you need to remember that. That is who you are. And whatever goddess you want that or that you know more about them than I do that you feel is best to work with you on this, call them in and get them together. Because the additional means like connect to the vine, ask for help, don't go it alone, call in the goddess. The situation you're asking about may feel impossible, right? And I'm sure it's overwhelming, but you're magical. And don't forget that the goddesses are on your side. Whatever you're facing, she's going to bring you grace and blessings through the challenges. So it's just kind of saying everything I said. The other card I got for you was follow the moon, watch for the signs. So here's the thing, when we ask for help, because this is what this card's encouraging you to do, is to give it up to the moon and ask for help. When you ask for help, though, you have to look for the signs. Like butterflies are always usually a sign of spirit or something. Follow the moon to watch for the signs. So after you do this, you have to look for the signs that you're going to be given. And it can come in any way, a song, a movie, a song lyric, an animal, a butterfly, a sign that you read at a certain time. Like you could be thinking a question and look up and you see Nike, just do it. That is what you need to do. They're encouraged. So all of the whatever you like to work with, angels, goddesses, fairies, whoever they are just waiting for you to ask for help. So you just need to ask because they are dying to help you. And once you do, so this is how I'm hearing it with this tone. So when you ask for the help, oh my God, my head's tingling. When you ask, just be ready because you're going to get what you're asking for. And I'm getting that in the past, you've run away from that. like you've asked for help. Like, you know how we all get to that point where we surrender, we're like, please help me, whatever it is, you just can't take it. And then we don't always receive the help, that we're not always open to receive that help that we get. So you have to really have the intention that you're going to accept whatever help you get, even if it feels painful, even if it's not what you wanted to hear, see, or the way you wanted to go. Trust that the goddess and the moon are not going to let you down. They have your back. Unfortunately, healing and working through stuff is a painful process, but once you come to the other side, you come out a better person. And it's a lesson that you'll always carry. Like the hardest things I've gone through in my life that I've had to work through, as much as it friggin' sucked, I came out better on the other side. So I think that's what they're trying to tell you. And definitely get out there in that new moon and soak up those rays and call in your goddess. Hi, hey Angela. Yes, I knew Corey was live. And I'm probably gonna, once we're done, you'll probably see me over there. But I hope that helps. Renee, let me know. So be careful with Pagini.
Yes, be very careful with that, Gina.
So quickly too, I almost forgot. So everyone knows Kerry. Today I did not have as much time. I was kind of scrambling because I had to drive into Boston today for work. But I was sent a lovely care package from my cousin who hit up Kerry and sent me a bunch of cool stuff from her store. And I actually have on my witch necklace that I was sent. So this came from Kerry. Just to a little bit of product placement, I guess, Kerry. But I staged this and I've been wearing this ever since I got it. Even though I know Kerry put her intentions in it, it was in the mail and all that. Even though, and let me tell you, nothing will break because everything was so greatly packed. I was unwrapping bubble wrap for ages. I know Kerry's intentions
I
are there, but
recycle bubble wrap. I
but
recycle
that no,
bubble wrap.
I'm just joking. Like I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, what's in here? So her really, really cool. I love this. And it's a little crystal and it's a witch's hat. So make sure to check out Carrie's website.
Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. You also got
So
an
we only took
awesome
a couple minutes.
phoenix.
Do you really?
So that was the other one you received, was the phoenix, the sphere.
Oh, the sphere. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't get, yes. And I need to get, so this is my stone that I got. And I actually got this one too. Got this stone and I got this stone. I need to get a stand for this one. I have it on my little card thing right now because it's a sphere. It's gonna. So they know me. I like round crystals. I love spheres. So yes, very
Yes.
cool.
And Penny was like, she loves spheres. She's got to have a stand.
I do. I have a bunch. I have a few, but I need to get a stand for that one so that it doesn't roll around all over the place. Napkin holders. Well, actually rings too. I have some like cellulite rings that I've used, and I have
Napkin holders work well too. Yes, you're absolutely right.
yeah, like it just needs something round, but that one's pretty big. So I need a bigger one. But where it's sitting right now is perfectly fine. I like to have it near me too. Oh, and Carrie, I don't know if I showed you. Did I show you that I finally found my dark? I still haven't found my little Roy skull. He's still hiding from me, but I got a new skull. I have them. They all sit around me. I'm obsessed with skulls, with crystal skulls.
Yes.
Sorry.
I have two up on my mantle. I have Egbert over watching. He's watching me from the other side of the room.
Yeah, me and Egbert should probably have a conversation soon. He likes to give me advice, or actually, he likes to scold me.
He likes to do the finger.
He does. He's very interesting.
So little backstory on that for those. I have a black obsidian skull, and his name is Egbert, and he's very offended that I refer to him as the Black Obsidian skull right now, but he'll get over it.
He doesn't
and
like that you're putting him on
he doesn't know.
blast
He doesn't like he doesn't like when I put him on the spot either. He doesn't like being like in the limelight. But when I first started working with him, and I was sitting there on a Saturday morning, and I'd had him for a couple of weeks, and I really hadn't gotten a lot of information or energy off of him yet. And all of a sudden, I get Egbert, and then I get Jill's going to text you, and she's going to tell you X, Y, Z. Guess what? I hadn't even put Egbert down, and Jill was texting me with exactly what Egbert said she was going to text me.
Mm-hmm.
And so her and I were in communication throughout that Saturday morning, and I'm getting information, and from the information that we've both received throughout the last several years of working with Egbert is that there is some type of a connection between Egbert, Jill, and I. Yeah. So that's a little backstory. And he got to meet Jill in person in Salem, actually.
We did. And I think I woke up one time. Yeah, and I texted you, and he was like staring at me already. And I got a talking to that day. My head's tingling too, because he's like he's like this grandfatherly type of energy, but he's like the dad that you love. But trust me, he is a good soul. He wants nothing but the best for us.
He wants nothing but the best for us. He's a hard worker. His hands are very, very leathered and weathered from the hard work that he did in his life. He's wise. He's very, very wise. But
yes,
yeah. So that's a little introduction to Egbert, and maybe next time I'll bring him on screen. No.
No, I was gonna say he's like,
I'm fine where I am, man. Enough.
He's giving you middle fingers right now. He's telling you the stuff. I feel like Lilith might want to come because she likes to be the center of attention. She drives Egbert
Lilith
crazy.
Loves to be the center of attention, and Lilith is not just her spirit has manifested within my home. She's not just in the skull anymore. She's in the skull, but she's also manifested within that home. She's very, very connected to my granddaughter.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. So I have a tiny little skull that all of a sudden one day I heard that and I knew it was a he, that he just wanted to be with me all the time. I was like, okay, so I carried him in my pocket. He sat on my desk, and and then finally in a meditation, because I kept asking I wanted to be introduced, like, what is your name? And he kept hiding from me. Then finally he told me his name was Roy. Well, guess what? Roy likes to hide and sync with me. I can't tell you how many times, because I would sleep with him next to me, and then I would lose him. He has been gone now for like months. I cannot find him anywhere. And I asked Carrie, I'm like, can you help me out? Do you know where he's hiding? And she said a drawer. I still have not found him. Where could he go? He has to be here somewhere, but he's like hiding on me right now, and I don't know why, but he's very tricky. My other skulls that I haven't had. It takes time to develop a relationship and for them to introduce themselves, except for Lilith. She was like, hey, I'm here. So my other ones, this one I have a blue sparkly one, and he was with me a lot. But I in my bedroom, I have them usually placed so that they're looking at me, which sounds creepy. I know they're like on my bureau, because I feel like they watch, because I feel like they're watching over me. That's where they want to be. They kind of tell me where they want to go, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carrie. And Renee, you can always reach out to us on the email or just text me, and I can send you Carrie's stuff.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're at the top of the hour. So we didn't really have a set theme for September. We're already halfway through it. So if anyone has ideas, we can kind of keep it just kind of loose. We will be back on Tuesday night. So this was just a one-off, just with the birthdays. And I mean,
Yep.
we were cutting cake last night at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time last night because of football.
And I put it in the banner because if I try to type it directly into the stream, it won't allow it to be shown because it's not connected.
Well, you know what? You're not. If you are doing it as Kerry, you're not. I have to make us both moderators for our own channel. If we're in it as Wisdom of Three, you probably can, but we have to have mod privileges on our own channel, and we currently don't.
And I've tried it. I've actually tried doing things both ways, even through the Wisdom of Three,
it didn't work.
or through my personal one, and it won't show the information. So the banner allows it to be shown.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can show the banner, but
I've been trying to put it in the description, but today I just didn't have time to. I was doing it on the fly, and I didn't have time to copy and paste it in. Sorry.
Yeah. So just so people know, not all of my inventory for my crystals is on my website as of yet. I have a lot more than is on the website so far because it is me. I don't have other people helping me with the website right now. So just reach out to me directly if you are looking for a particular type, and I can let you know if I've got it or how long it'll take me before I can get it to you.
And I can vouch, Carrie makes awesome stuff. She made Cameron this little thing to put. He was having a hard time sleeping, and it had lavender and other stuff. It was like in a little burlap sack, and that kid would not. It also became so like a safety thing. He had to have it underneath his pillow, and she makes an awesome homemade bug spray. That's all natural. Because I actually have some. So thank you so much to all everyone. Of our peeps. We appreciate all of you tonight. Like we keep saying the same thing.
It
froze. Oh my god!
You froze for a second, so I was filling in the silence.
That's so funny. You were saying the same exact thing that I was saying. Oh my god! I can't make this shit up. All right, you talk. I'm gonna shut up.
We appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Look for us next Tuesday. And again, our deepest apologies for not putting a post out that we had to move it. So we do appreciate you for being here tonight on a Wednesday night. But do look for us next Tuesday at 8 o'clock, about 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Have a great
West Coasters.
Blessings.
Much love. Bye.